Jake. Duffo. He's number 20. Zach Brad. Cheers, mate. With that gal, right?
Yep.
Where'd you go to? Any luck?
Teams.
Good.
There's a couple of changes.
How about 4?
There's Aberdeen.
Paddy Jones is 14. Terry Russo 16. I've got 4.
21 was another change.
Yeah. Terry
Jake Duffy.
Jake Duffy's 21. Brad Fenton's 20. Brad Fenton's 20. Brad's 4's 15. You got the Merriwa boys?
You do. Seth Morgan.
Seth Morgan.
Shane Pittman. Blake Ellis.
Ellis. Blake Ellis is 3.
Yep. Ben Bengalla. Neighbour. Right.
5.
Lincoln Duritz. Duritz. Nathan Barry in the 6.
Yep.
Andrew Shale.
Andrew Hood.
Yes.
Is that a Swales or Snails? Swales.
What's his last name?
Swales 8.
Ben War.
8 is Ben Hood.
War. W.A.
Yep.
Bradley Ellis. And the 9. 10 was Darryl Mulholland. 11, Brady Hilton. 12, Tim Stanley. 13 is Nick McLaughlin. 14, Jacob Med, and then you've got a D. 15, Gavin Piper. Stephen Muffet, 16.
Real.
17, Bruce Blackadder. Number 17, what are you doing, Greasy? Your boys just finished. 18, John Whitby.
Yeah.
And 19, John Hood.
Jimmy Gibbons is trying to score his runs. Coach, these boys, I have to go over in a minute and move my car when my wife gets here because she's got her parents here. And my car, well, they'll need to get over the park over there, so I'll move my car to the road and then they can park here.
Nice.
That's going, Brave?
Yep.
Right, so make sure it is.
Yeah, it is.
Then you're up your father, get off his bed. I'm going to be over with Mum.
It's all right.
It's a good side. It's a really strong reserve.
Have they versus Merriwa?
Yeah. Oh, he's missed it. Get the upright. Struck it well. He doesn't put as much oomph into this one as he did in the opening kick-off.
A couple of early mistakes.
And that's what the side can do.
Seth Morgan. Tackle by Brad Franklin. He knows it too, he dropped it cold. Footy inviting him back into the game.
Mistakes down in your own red half and you're in trouble. These guys can make them play them. Playing nice quick
Still
footy.
going to do that. Swear, can't come over and get him back. I think we're familiarise ourselves now.
Gary. There it is. Mistake Merriwa right, hoping for.
Yeah. Good field position to the Tigers, and they've coughed it up. A let off for the Magpies.
So far they haven't got into the game at all.
No. This might be the first real set of six of that. Glenn Davis, the referee. Tyrese, brothers Tyrese and Elliot are on the sideline touches. Ball goes out to Seth Morgan from the 5'8" mark from Barry. Andrew Swales, is it Swales? That's the 5'8".
Can't be about to go on.
Yeah, big unit.
He's these days.
Good ball. He's a good footballer too, the kid.
Good football, but he's carrying an extra few K.
Just a little.
He leaves nothing in the tank, he gives it all out there. I think he's only made 3 training sessions all year.
Really.
Do the work.
Yeah. Stuffs everyone, please. Shirley Stevens Always going to go to Richard. Pass out to William. Diggins out the back to William. He's tackled now. He's getting on William takes off and going up himself. Swan to go. Goes through.
Markers have got to be quicker in getting into position.
They need to get off the line in there. Need to get off the line, good pass from Norwood. That looked a touch forward.
And it's called so.
It was.
Called from the far touchy.
Yeah, Big Lion called it.
Another let off for the Magpies.
Couple of early.
At the moment, they're a good yard behind Aberdeen.
Yeah, they haven't been over halfway yet, the Magpies. Not in attack, isn't it? All these forwards to charge on it, he dominated. He's Hoodie, Whitby. Johnny Whitby takes it forward. He takes it from Taylor Pryor. Number 12. They played against each other in juniors.
Probably just those couple injuries in juniors that didn't do Johnny any favours.
No.
Holland.
Straight to Mitchell, good tackle by Fett.
It's been a good move this year. The Magpies have put him in the forwards with a wing.
Barry, long, deep kick straight over Manane's head. Dave Manane's going to try and retrieve it on just on his 10-metre line. Fenton's coming off. Here's Jesse McLean. Always good for a run out of dummy half, Jesse McLean.
They can lead by example and first one down there.
Yeah, Curtis Irving takes off. Looked like a runner on Curtis, but he's got the heart of the line.
A little bit of line speed shown there by Magpies.
He played that terribly. What's he going? He's incorrect play the ball, but Shawnee Millwood saying there was a hand on him, but Glenn Davis didn't have any of that.
I reckon he's got the call right.
Yeah, he was an ordinary player.
Tried to play it way too quick.
Way too quick. He got it horribly wrong. Curtis. Here's Whitby. Big Johnny Whitby charges for a great tackle around the league. Who was that? Big number 18 is Timmy Cameron. Good effort from Timmy Cameron. There goes on to the other side of that one.
Great tackle.
Belted by Jimmy Diggins, the coach, leading by example.
Nice
Ball goes
line
to
set out
Swales
here.
under Barry out the back to Seth Morgan. Seth Morgan wanting to get that pass in a bit early and he's got it. Trying to hold him out. Morgan is coming out. Barry with the ball. Lead the runners. The second row is over. Ran him out the back to Nick McLaughlin. Tackle. 10 out. Barry. It's a little chip through. Easy pickings for Shawnee Millwood. Collects it about a metre out. They're trying to grab him back into their own goal.
He's leading by example in his 150th game so far.
Yeah.
He carries the
I
ball.
forgot about that. It's a warm day, Paul.
They can't keep playing at this pace for sure.
There's Timmy Cameron, lead by example. Dave Manane, the fullback, comes in his own, beats one, shrugs off another.
Back to the kick, Sean!
Gordon Akuma gets the ball. Glenn Davis was looking at that the whole time. It's an easy breather there for the Tigers. Just what Merriwa didn't need. Just playing, tap restart to Hayden Bell. He's going to take off himself. Comes to Ben Nunn. Puts him down onto Pryor. Pryor gets the ball, goes forward. Oh, that's a dangerous tackle. By Seth Morgan, picked him up. Glenn Davis.
Yeah, went a little bit wrong, didn't it?
He go wrong.
Hit him nicely. Ended up in a dangerous position.
Timmy Cameron goes straight back into Seth Morgan.
No one's South after making a mistake like that.
No fullback at home. He's going to be tired. Drew losing the ball. He's got to get him back across, make him run. Taylor Pryor with the ball. Oh, high shot from McLaughlin. Taylor Pryor's up, but yeah, Glenn Davis is not going to have any of this. A little bit. Many boys are on the West End at the moment.
Belly, your side is injured. Tuck it in. He's injured.
We've got an injury out here on. He's done something.
His left wrist is definitely gone.
That's neighbour.
There's that tackle on Hayden Bill. Horribly wrong. He's pro. He's had a good solid game so far. Never shirks it. He's aggressively down here around the middle. Jimmy Stanley. Gilmore, long pass out to Mitchell, long pass out to Millwood. Millwood runs, they get themselves confused there, gives it unders to Kuma. No, that's not a Kuma, who is that? Doesn't matter. Number 4, Shelby Stevens. Here's Millwood, goes himself, tries to flick it out, no. Holds on to it. Goes on to number 15. Block Foreman, I think it's Block Foreman. Back to Millwood, we'll pass out to Mitchell. Mitchell puts a little grubber kick through, easy kickers for Seth Morgan, picks it up, gets out to his own 10. Through one to Cameron tackle. He's picked up, that's got to be a penalty.
I don't know if it's going to be because he was complaining.
Did he call hell? He called hell and Glenn Davis played on.
Yeah, Seth was giving him a gobful as he was getting taken to ground. But
Nathan Barry hasn't missed Glenn Davis either. Timmy Cameron goes for it. Good run from Timmy Cameron. This game's likely to erupt any minute. Glenn Davis is on the wrong field and getting the ball.
Is someone's phone ringing or is someone's phone ringing? I'm hearing vibrations.
No, mine was. Did you hear it, did you?
I just felt it in the camera.
It's alright. I'll go and move my car and I'll be back and get straight into it.
It's a dirty game already.
Can happen that way in reserve grade. Not too quick.
Piggyback!
Letting up from their own line. Noel Holland taking it up and he's driven back in a ripper attack.
Right from there.
And again, another mistake by Merriwa, knock on a dummy half. It's been the story of the game so far. Merriwa making plenty of mistakes. All of them in great field position for the Tigers. Score still only 4-0 though to Aberdeen. Great ball. Well defended. Well done. Good leg tapping. Oh, great ball. Could have been, but put down. Play to the whistle. Play it in, put him in the touch. And go back.
Is that another? No more.
we've got a penalty here. Not sure what the penalty is for. Footy. Still sitting down there. Oh dear.
Oh, the mistake.
No mistakes! Help him! Good, Taylor! Get it low! Low! Good chase, Taylor! Lost the touches! Lost it! Lost it! Lost the touches! Up and beat him! Good work, Tom!
Let's get them a little bit higher there. There's been a few of those so far. Oh dear. Jeez, I think he was lucky to find touch there. He didn't get a good piece of it.
Has anyone windows been smashed by balls from their car?
Don't know.
No way. Oh my
Who's
god.
black out of there?
Number 17.
Merriwa 5 out, attacking the line, short ball. Short down.
Is that put down?
Oh, he's got it. Gee, I thought they pulled him up short. Try there to the halfback for Merriwa, levelling it up with a kick to come. I'm going to find out his proper last name so we don't get it wrong.
We're gonna come for a second. Yeah. I think I slept in my arm last night. I just can't move it a lot. I think I might have slept on my arm last night, not just on my left arm.
Don't feel
Don't you? Probably last night. Reserve grade 1862.6 over Scone. No, it's in.
been like no stuff this game.
There should have been a fight before. I reckon that would have caused a fight there, but I reckon that Merriwa was just a two pussy.
I'm surprised the fight doesn't go.
I reckon when Aberdeen gets really aggressive, that's the thing. Look at that. Well, especially when they first dropped that Aberdeen player. They've been playing dirty ever since. Oh! Lost. Dear God. If Aberdeen don't make this comeback, if they lose, I'm going to be super disappointed.
Swales is the half.
It is Swales.
Yep.
Good. You want to do the last? I'll do last 8 minutes or 7, 5. You see that high tackle over there?
Oh,
Don't know how
you're going to commentate the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, well, we'll wait till it goes down to 5. 3 or 4 minutes just to get a handle on it. I can't believe you didn't even get, you know, what are they going to put that in a report?
Come on, try it out!
It's blatant fucking Kaylee.
Tell me when you're going to start commentating because I'll put the
Yeah,
microphone
we'll
in.
let you know.
And a bit nasty, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a flop.
Jesus.
You gotta go Jessica Morgan, you can hear her everywhere.
Yep.
I reckon she's sitting Merriwa and stood here.
Put it in, bro.
Put it in.
Yeah, we'll do the last bit of this.
And
Tell me when you're ready. Good. Here's Jesse McLean as we speak. Not Jesse McLean. Aberdeen, reserve grade now. They're 20 metres out from the Merriwa line. Millwood
Goes himself, shows it one way, gives it inside to Liam Wilton. Liam Wilton tries to unload it, and it goes to ground 3 or 4 metres out from the Merriwa line. It's currently 6-4. We've got a good game in our hands here, Pete Holland.
Mate, it is a great game of footy. There's been a little bit of niggle in here as well, a few high shots, a couple of tackles that have had people pass the horizontal, but everyone's still on the field at the moment.
Yes, and I tell you what, Merriwa did exceptionally well before they scored that try to lead the game 6-4. They were under immense pressure. They were their own worst enemies, and none more so than right from the very first kick-off of this game. Nathan Barry put it out on the full, but here we are, 6-4, and here's the Magpies. They've done well. There's been some ferocious tackling in this match. Glenn Davis has got his handful here, the referee, and the brothers Liam and Tyrese Anderson, the touchies, helping him out. Jimmy Diggins goes in to question Glenn Davis, but I'll give you the tip, Pete. Glenn Davis won't have any of it. He's his own man, so to speak, and he referees the game exactly how he sees it.
And that's exactly what he has done. There's been plenty of them go up to have chats to him, and he's just shaked his head and said, not how I've seen it.
Yeah, and that's the way he handles all games. And I know he won't have a cop, he'll probably listen to him, but I don't think they're going to change his mind. Nathan Barry gives it a crossover to Nick McLaughlin. He's had a fair game, the lock forward for the Magpies. Number 11, Brady Hilton, gets the ball from dummy half onto Andrew Barry, shows it one way, goes himself, he steps back up and gives it back to Hilton. And Hilton goes forward. They're 25 metres out from the Aberdeen line. We've got just under 4 minutes to go here in this first half. On to Swales. Swales gives the ball out to Whitby. Big Johnny Whitby goes forward. Always hard man to tackle. He finds himself inside the Aberdeen 20. Hilton at dummy half. Out to Swales. Swales goes forward, looks for an inside pass. Good pick up there by Barry. And Barry, no, it's not Barry.
It looks like
couldn't
Brucey
see that
Blackadder,
number.
is it?
It is Brucey Blackadder. Hilton at dummy half. Out to Barry. Barry puts a little chip over the top. Jesse McLean's under it. He missed times it. I thought that was a double knock on, maybe. Tyrese Anderson is talking to Glenn Davis on the loudspeaker. I thought when the Merriwa guy, I think that was...
we're out to the 20.
Yes, I thought there was a double knock on. Young Duritz. Lincoln Duritz, just before he grounded, he might have got a hand to it and knocked it on after it went straight over a poorly mistimed jump by Jesse McLean. I tell you what, the guy that'll be giving the big sigh of relief is Jesse McLean there.
Well, sure, found himself well out of position. It was a nice little kick across, very promising for the Magpies.
Yeah, unfortunate, but they still lead 6-4 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Brock Foreman, I think, is the dummy half there. He's taken that roll over. Corey Gilmore is off the field at the moment. Here's Sean Millwood. Millwood always good for a couple of busts. He's up over halfway. Great run from the captain.
Celebrating 150 games today as well for the Tigers.
Yeah, great stuff from Shawnee Millwood. That ball needs to pull up desperately. It's going to bounce around. I think it will. They better not muck around with it, Seth Morgan. He's out into the field to play. Good chase there, and he comes over his own 10-metre line. He's taken down by Jesse McLean and Hayden Bell.
It was a great little kick there, and Seth happened to get on the scooter there and really get motoring.
Yeah, I did say that was Brock Foreman. That was Matthew Jones, number 14, the dummy half for the Aberdeen Tigers. Liam Wilton's he's done a ton of work, big Liam Wildo there. Great tackle from Jimmy Diggins and also Timmy Cameron. Couple of leaders there. Ball comes out the left here. Still in their own, boxed in. Great defence from the Tigers right now. The Merriwa Magpies aren't going absolutely nowhere. Ball comes out there. Here's this guy's number 15 is Piper. Piper gets it on to...
it's Nathan Barry brought down there.
Is that Nathan Barry, is it? Yep, it is. Ball's going to go to Swales. He needs to get it out of here big time. Despite the pressure from Liam Wilton, Swales gets a ball, long, low kick. Curtis Irving's going to retrieve it inside his own 10. He takes the ball forward. He's only built, like I said earlier, Pete, built like a one-iron, but he's got the heart of a lion, young Curtis Irving. Did that siren go early? Was that a siren? I don't think it was. Here's Dave Manane. Hard man to stop, big Dave. He tries to get up for a quick play. The ball is wrestled to the ground. They'll have a last-minute penalty just before the siren goes. 30 seconds to go. They can score here and get on the take the lead going into the half-time break, Pete. A big plus for the Tigers.
Look, to be honest, watching this half of football, the Tigers do deserve to be in front on the scoreboard, but it's just been that difference of a conversion.
No question. Here's Gordon Akuma. He makes his way right just over the halfway line now. There's a short 10 there. Look at this, offside. Nearly every Merriwa Magpie here was offside there. We've got under 10 seconds to go. We're looking for a midfield bomb. I reckon Sean Millwood will do a midfield bomb here just before the break. Little grower kick through into the corner. Seth Morgan better hurry up. Don't muck around with it, Seth. He cleans it up. He's tackled 2 metres out from his own line by Shelby Stevens and Sean Millwood. The half-time siren goes, and we'll go into the break 6-4 to the Merriwa Magpies. A little bit of push and shove over there in the corner. Get to the break and have a much-needed drink.
A little bit of a cool-off, I think, is what both sides need at the moment. Very warm out there, but
absolutely.
Great half of footy.
A really tough half of football, Pete, and I can't wait for this second half to kick in. We'll go for a little break now, and we'll be back very shortly. We're back here now, 35 minutes to decide who's going to win this final competition game between the Tigers from Aberdeen and the Merriwa Magpies. It's currently 6-4. And Pete, just before, or as the teams were breaking for the half-time break, there's a major discussion over in that far corner there between the captains and Glenn Davis, the referee.
Yeah, he had good words to him. Dave Manane was chatting to him for quite some time after the siren had gone. Everyone else was back in the shed. I heard him say, I've warned everybody enough times, and including all of your boys. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens come this second half, because it was a bit of niggle. Definitely
a bit of niggle in that game. So the kick-off now, in the first half, I should say, from Hayden Bell. And Hayden Bell gets that ball forward right down on the line. The big fella himself, I think that is Tim Stanley, takes the ball forward. These Merriwa boys with the numbers going in the other direction. Pete, you might have to help me here, being a Merriwa boy. I don't know all of them. Anyway, here's Nathan Barry. He takes the ball, inside run. They're just in about 25 metres out from their own line, the Magpies. Look, they did it hard in the first half of that first half, indeed, the Magpies, but they came against the run of play with a really good try to lead 6-4.
Yeah, and they were unlucky not to score a second one there late in the half, but that's what they needed to come and do here in the second half. First set of 6, mistake-free, and get the kick away, and they've done just that.
So a deep kick from Nathan Barry inside the Aberdeen half, and first run was Dave Manane, and as always he takes it up about 10. Second ball went to Jesse McLean. He gets up a little bit groggy, Jesse McLean. He might be carrying a little bit of an injury. He's got great leg speed, Jesse McLean, so they do rely on him a lot. Gordon Akuma took that ball up. Here's Corey Gilmore back on for the start of the second half. He's only 5 shy of the halfway line. Millwood at dummy half comes down this short side onto Liam Wilton, and Wilton goes forward. He's had a fair game in 2, big Wilto. He makes it out to the Merriwa 40, 15 in from touch. Gilmore, who's taking all day to get off him as well. Last tackle, Millwood gets the ball long pass. Not a great one, but he had to rush that midfield bomb. It's going down. It's turning all over the shop. Great take on the fingertips by Seth Morgan. Jumps out of one tackle and goes across field. Comes to Millwood, who's looking for a one-on-one strip. I reckon he nearly got it. And he's called it too. Great effort by Shawnee Miller to get down there, and he's forced that ball loose out of Seth Morgan's hands. And referee Glenn Davis has called a knock-on or a loose carry there from Seth Morgan. And Aberdeen will have a scrum to midfield, centre field, I should say, 20 metres out from the Aberdeen line. Pressure right back on the Magpies, Pete.
Mate, it is, and Seth there, just a loose carry in my eyes. Definitely wasn't controlling the ball the way he should, and one-on-one, Millwood's done the job.
And he's good at it too, Shawnee Millwood. Feeds the scrum now at the base, straight out the back to Louis Mitchell. Louis Mitchell goes across field, shows it to Manane, goes across field again, great speed midder. He goes forward, he's about 10 out from the Merriwa line. 5 in from touch. Jesse McLean at dummy half, first receiver. Dave Manane, dodgy pass onto Brad Fenton. Brad Fenton goes towards the post. It's directly under him, he's going to end up playing this ball. Good tackle, Merriwa Magpies. They need to stack this short side and get off their line in defence. Sweeping play, Millwood down this short side. He goes himself, shows it to 1. He's hit by 3 very good Merriwa defenders, drags it out. No ground made there. Here's Corey Gilmore, jumps out of dummy half, gives it on to Gordon Akuma, and Akuma takes the ball forward. A little bit pedestrian, this Aberdeen attack right now, Pete.
Oh, look, I think the defence is making it look that way. The defence has been good from the Magpies.
Absolutely. Corey Gilmore showed it one way, and he gives a short pass on there to Brad Fenton. Held up. That's the last. Long pass out the back to Louis Mitchell. Louis Mitchell trying to put a little grubber kick through. Dave Manane grabs it, picks it up and scores. Next to the post. Good call there. Louis Mitchell and Dave Manane planned that beautifully, Peter.
Mate, it looked like a little bit of a misunderstanding, a dummy half at first. He looked right, ended up putting it out to the right. A lovely little kick through, and Manane there to put it down.
Well, we said on the couch on Thursday afternoon, remember when we were talking to Shawnee Millwood about the combination he has with Dave Manane, and another very experienced player that we probably forgot in that conversation the other night was Louis Mitchell. And Louis Mitchell was the one that put that little grubber kick through, and Merriwa just hung off them there like they had spiders on them.
Exactly, and the understanding of the two players was definitely there to be seen. And now another shot at goal coming up to try and go that little bit further in front for the Tigers.
Yeah, we've only had 5 minutes of play, and I think Hayden Bell's going to try and convert this try. What is he, about 12 metres out? Let's say 5 metres to the right of the uprights. He's kicking towards the highway.
Now, Sean Millwood was in a similar spot in the first half to the side of the upright and nailed the upright.
Yeah, they don't want to lose by 2 points, do they, today, the Tigers? That was an absolute gimme, and Hayden Bell makes no mistake with that conversion. It's 10 points to 6 to the home team, the Aberdeen Tigers. I want to give Liam Wilton a rap here, Pete. He had a blinder of a first half. He was amongst it. He never shirked it one little bit, and along with Jimmy Diggins and in the forwards in particular, those two were just really had to lead from the front, and that they did.
Yeah, they certainly have, and it's a very hard afternoon for footy for forwards. Nice and warm out here, and a mistake off the kick-off.
Get on it, boys. Jesse McLean dropped the ball on that kick-off. Sorry to butt in there, Pete, but Jesse McLean dropped it cold as a spud, 8 metres out from his own line off the kick restart. Now Merriwa, they have to try and make the most of this set of 6.
Well, here they are now 10 metres out with a scrum to form, and great attacking position for him, but the forwards this afternoon doing it tough. Very warm out here on the McKinnon.
The water bottle boys are working overtime. Here's Nathan Barry. He's going to feed the scrum. 10 out, 10 in from 20 in from touch.
Don't be surprised if he goes blind.
Yep. Short pass out. He goes himself from the scrum base, charges towards the line. He's pulled down about 2 metres out. Aberdeen boys have to be very vigilant in a defence here now. There's Brady Hilton, I should say. He gets the ball. Good tackle from Millwood underneath. Diggins over the top. Ball goes on to Swales. Swales gives the ball on to Nick McLaughlin. He's very, very close. Pulled down another metre and a half out from the Aberdeen line. 20 in from touch. The hooker, Bradley Ellis, gets the ball, gives a short pass over to the Aberdeen front. Oh, great try from the big fella. Number 12, Timmy Stanley, I think it is, Peter, isn't it? I'm looking for that. It wasn't.
No, it's Hood. It's John Hood.
It's big Johnny Hood. And he hit that line really hard and swiveled in as he was going down to place the ball, plant it down and for the 4-pointer, and kicks back. It's 10-all here at McKinnon Field. And Shawnee Millwood, they're still having a little bit to say there, him and Hayden Bell to Glenn Davis there in the in goal. And Glenn Davis, realistically, Glenn Davis shouldn't be getting involved in any to and fro there in that in goal there. You're surrounded by the Aberdeen Tigers there. The last thing Glenn Davis needs to be getting into is an argument in the in goal there. Let me give you the tip.
Not when you're standing right amongst the middle of them, but
No.
he was laying down the law, definitely. You could see him there waving his hand around.
Yeah,
laying
well,
down the law
let's be honest. Aberdeen Tigers on that occasion, they should have got off that line, should have been a little bit more vigilant to get up off that line. And look, they're going to, on that early in the tackle count, they're going to use a couple of the big boppers from a metre or two out. So, maybe the Tigers should have been a little bit more urgent there in defence to wrap the big fella up. But to young Hoodie's...
He's a big unit, I can assure you.
He's a big unit. To his credit, he got over the try line. He's Seth Morgan now trying to convert this try to make it 12 points to 10. We've got just over 27 minutes to go here in this match. Last round of the regular season before the semi-finals commence next week, and he makes no mistake. 2 points to the Merriwa Magpies. It's 12 points to 10. And I don't think, Pete, this is going to be the last scores we'll see for this second half. This next 26 minutes will be an absolute cracker.
It is going to be a cracker. And, I mean, this game and the one happening in Pertec Park this afternoon, how much is riding on both? It's going to decide who's in the finals and who's not. Muswellbrook, a big win yesterday. So Singleton needing to beat Scone down there today. But this one here is going to shape up to finish as a cracking match.
Yeah, we spoke about it on Wednesday night, Thursday night on the couch. Singleton have to win today in reserve grade down there, but we'll get that result very, very shortly. Here's the restart by Hayden Bell. Goes down Andrew Swales' throat, and he passes the ball on to Nick Stanley, I think that is. Tim Stanley, my apologies. Tackle 20 metres out from his own line. His big Hoodie again goes forward and he's hit well there. A good leg tackle there. Who was that? That was a great tackle there by number 18, Timmy Cameron. Ball goes crossfield onto Barry and he gives an inside pass on to his fellow Merriwa boy. That was Tim Stanley. Ball goes out the left-hand side. His Barry puts the ball down middle of the field and Dave Manane collects it 20 out from his own line. He charges across field. He comes to Duritz and Duritz lets him go. He gets shrugs off another. He's up over halfway, Dave Manane, but great tackle. He goes into touch Blakey Ellis with a superb copybook round the legs tackle, drags him into touch.
You could see him lining him up from about 10, 15 metres infield, Ellis, there as he was coming across.
There's no question. That's what the first few tacklers should have done, Pete. They should have went low on Dave Manane.
On him and the fend off. Down the sideline, he started to trollop.
Well, we saw the best of attack and the best of defence there in one motion. Brilliant stuff from both sides. Not afraid to throw the ball around, Pete.
Nah, which is really is good to see. The reserve grade competition this season's been brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
A lot of ball play. It's been great.
Seth Morgan takes it up, but he's dragged back into his own 40-metre line, centre field. Ball goes out to Barry, and Barry shows it one way. Steps in another. Oh, he's just grabbed by the collar from Corey Gilmore. He gets up over halfway, centre field. Ball comes down this side to big Whitby. Whitby charges forward. He went to ground early. He passed it off the ground for mine. Oh, I thought he was down.
Yeah, his arm hit the ground.
Yes, you're right, Pete. Spot on with that call, Pete. His ball-carrying arm did touch the ground, and he tried to second phase it. And Glenn Davis was very, very quick to pick that up. We could call that an error because Nathan Barry made some initial ground. They were in really good field position there, the Merriwa Magpies, and they've coughed it up there with a mistake. Here's Terry Russo with the tap restart, right on the halfway line. And as always, Terry Russo, geez, he's got good leg speed and he charges forward. He's up over there, the Magpie 40. Ball goes out to Gordon Akuma for a settler. Takes it forward. Good leg speed from Gordon as well. He's just shy of the Merriwa 30 metres now. 20 in from touch. Ball comes down this short side to Jimmy Diggins. Diggins goes forward. Really good tackle from Ellis again. Gilmore at dummy half. Long pass out the back to Millwood. There's a little bit of to and fro in the background. He gives it on to Timmy Cameron, and that was Lee Mitchell. He plays an unders line. He's centre field again. They're on the Magpie 20. Timmy Cameron gets up, plays the ball. There's a little bit of a shuffle there at dummy half, but nothing major done. Here's Lee Mitchell, gives it on to Shawnee Millwood. Millwood comes under him and he's wrestled down. 10 out, last tackle. Ball goes out to Mitchell. Mitchell, what's he going to do? A little grubber kick in behind the play. It got in the road. It wasn't a knock on, and I think that was the big number 8, Benny War, is it? Or is it Whitby? It's Ben War with the ball. He cleaned it up, the big front rower. He's probably too big for the ball to go around him there from that
That's
kick.
what it looked like. He threw his arms up in the air, come off him, and he regathered. So well done.
They look like they're struggling here, the Magpies, to get into their own red zone here, Pete. Taylor Pry's back on the field. He had a great game as well. I did forget him earlier, Pete, in wrapping the Aberdeen forwards up. But Taylor Pry certainly can hold his head up after that first half effort. Here's Nathan Barry, puts the ball down. Jesse McLean will be thinking twice. He does catch it well that time. 25 out from his own line. He goes across field, and the kicker takes him down. Well done, Nathan Barry. Just 39 metres out from his own line, the Tigers. Here's Dave Manane, gives it on to young Seth Mitchell. Seth Mitchell, like a whippet, charges forward. He's still shy of his own halfway. Big Whitby over the top. Centre field ball goes on to Brocky Foreman now, and Foreman charges forward. He's just up over. Yeah, great hit. He's right on the halfway line. Plays a ball. Gilmore on to Millwood. Millwood charges forward. Is the number 14, Matty Jones. Matty Jones is on the field for the Tigers. Also see Jakey Duffin on. Here's Brocky Foreman in charges in behind the ruck. They've got to be urgent there, the Magpies. Centre field, 30 out from their own line. Here's a little kick. It's no one charging down there. Was that kick necessary? It's going to bounce the other way. Seth Mitchell has fumbled it. Corey Gilmore picks it up a metre out. He had all day to pick that up, and he took all day, and the Tigers jumped on it and now the Magpies are giving a penalty away.
And he's put him in the bin.
He's put the young winger in the bin for the Magpies. Is that Nathan Lincoln Jarrett? Well, they're going to play one shy, and there's a bit of Corey Gilmore's giving it to him deluxe. Did take all day to pick that ball up then, the young fella. Here's the quick restart. On to Millwood. Millwood on to Akuma, and Akuma goes forward. He's inside, about 5 metres out from the Magpie line. They're going to come this short side on to Foreman. Foreman steps off his right, engages 2 in the tackle. Doesn't look to unload. There's no need to be silly right now in traffic. Gilmore, 5 out at dummy half. Long ball out the back to Millwood. Millwood steps off his right, goes forward. Flick pass out the back to Gilmore. On to Brocky Foreman. They go to the corner. Good one-on-one hit from Swales, and Swales hit him one-on-one.
Didn't he?
Tackle needed to be made. Gilmore at dummy half out the back to Millwood. Millwood long pass to Manane. Manane short pass to Lee Mitchell. Frozen unders dummy, and he goes across field. No ground made. They wrapped him up really, really quick there. Here's Matty Jones goes from dummy half. Flick pass out the back to Mitchell. On to Dave Manane. Cut out pass to Hayden Bell. He's wrapped her up. He's knocked it on. Jesse McLean, I thought he knocked that on when he went to pick it up, but he picked it up and scored in the corner. Well, Jesse McLean...
He bobbled it for sure.
I thought he bobbled it for sure there. Tyrese Anderson, the touch judge, was all over it. Said it was a clean pickup. And Glenn Davis has pointed to the spot. It is now 14 points to 12. Under 20 minutes to go here in the reserve grade clash. Very important clash here. Merriwa leading the competition. Aberdeen currently 3rd. Well, the ball went out wide on that occasion. There's still another bit of a conversation piece over there. Nathan Barry, Dave Manane.
Talking about what's gone on over here where the winger got put in the bin.
Nothing's going to change. Let's put it that
that's
way.
it. He's gone.
There's nothing's changing. The try's been scored. It's been awarded. Nathan can stand over there till he's blue in the face. Glenn Davis is not changing anything. And in fact, I don't think he's got that in his power to change anything anyway.
Not now, no.
Well,
but it's just wasting time. I mean, the clock keeps counting down while you're there holding up proceedings and you're behind on the scoreboard.
Well, it might be a little bit of a tactic because the clock didn't stop. So that 10 minutes in the bin, he might have needed that extra minute to remonstrate with Glenn Davis, the referee, Nathan Barry. Nevertheless, Hayden Bell's going to kick this, a very difficult kick, about 1.5 metres in from touch. Probably 25 metres out, but he does hit a really good low conversion, Hayden Bell. Good try there by Jesse McLean, Peter.
Look, they had to have the numbers out wide somewhere. They tried to the left and then put it back across to the right, and it was just a numbers game. But he's just about to move in to strike this one from the sideline. He's got a good piece of it. Hasn't got the legs. No, just to the right of the post.
Sprayed it. I like the look of this. This is the first time I've seen Merriwa play this year, Peter, but I really like the look of this Aberdeen side on paper. A lot of depth to it. Some first graders there that have dropped back, and I would imagine a few of these boys will back up for first grade today. But I like the look of this Aberdeen reserve grade side.
It's the first time I've seen Aberdeen play this season. Merriwa I've seen a few times. They do have mistakes in the game, as we've seen, but I've been very impressed with Aberdeen.
Jakey Duffin got that ball off the kick restart right a metre in from the dead ball line. He makes it out to the 20, his own 20. What a great run from young Duffo. Here's Gordy Akuma, centre field, 25 metres out. He gets up and plays the ball. Gilmore at dummy half. Here's Dave Manane. Fair dinkum. If you can ever ask for a guy to take the pressure off the forwards, it's Manane. He goes forward all day and charges hard. Here's Matty Jones. Goes across field now. He's up over his own 40 in the middle of the park. Gilmore at dummy half. Good quick play the ball. Here's Shawnee Millwood. Big left foot bomb down the outside there. Gets it right out of there. It's going to fall in. It needs to pull up before the dead ball line. Here's Hayden Bell down Seth Morgan's throat. And he gets it out. Is he out of his own in goal? They're going to try and drag him back in. I think they do successfully.
Certainly have.
What a great kick and chase that was for the Tigers.
Look, kick was put into open space. Seth Morgan had to get back there and pick it up. Once he did get it, looked like it was going to roll dead, but just as you said it, he got the bounce and it sat up. Seth regathered it, couldn't get back out into the field of play.
Well, they've started well, the Tigers, in this second half. There's 16 minutes to go, and if they can hold on here, this will be just what Jimmy Diggins and Shawnee Millwood need going into that minor semi-final next week, Peter.
Oh, definitely. And just salivating already on what is coming up next week.
It'll be a great semi-final series, especially if we find ourselves with a Muswellbrook Aberdeen minor semi-final. That'll be an absolute beauty.
What an afternoon of footy that'd make.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Jakey Duffin. Look at him. He built low to the ground, Jakey Duffin, and he's found a penalty because one of the Merriwa boys did go high on him, but it didn't stop the young fella. He still motored forward, and Glenn Davis found a penalty there.
He really is a little nugget, isn't he?
Yeah, they appealed really well, the Aberdeen Tigers, and just like European soccer, the referee listened to them. So here's the penalty. Tap restart from Corey Gilmore. No, he's handed it off to Hayden Bell, and Hayden Bell will take it forward himself. Goes straight into the Merriwa defence. They need to be urgent here, the Merriwa boys. They could find themselves another converted try down and they'll go 8 points behind. They do not need that. Millwood out the back to Dave Manane. He shrugged off one. He's gone under another. He flicks, passes it back on to Brock Foreman, and Foreman is held about 8 metres out, 10 in from touch from the Merriwa line. Shawnee Millwood out the back. His short pass, meanwhile, goes to Gordon Akuma. He's really struggling. He's trying to get that ball down close to the line, but they've held him up. Corey Gilmore, he's got options left and right. My guess is he's going to go straight to Millwood out there. He does. Long pass. Another long pass out to Louis Mitchell. Unders ball onto Matty Jones, and Matty Jones is held. No, he unloads it to Millwood. He gets an out back the pass. No, it goes to ground and picked up by Duffin. Duffin takes the ball. They find themselves, they've lost about 10 metres there, the Tigers. Gilmore at dummy half, they go down that short right. Here's Taylor Pryor. He's had a great game so far. Skips through one. He's trying to go through another, and a good tackle there. Last-ditch performance. It's the last tackle also. Gilmore plays a short blind onto Duffin. Can he squeeze himself over? Squeeze? No, he unloads it. Unloads it onto Taylor Pryor. He's just short. He rolls it in behind his back there, but Glenn Davis has called a knock-on.
Great scrambling defence by Merriwa in that set of six.
Absolutely. And it needed to happen, Peter.
Oh, it certainly did. Their line speed off their own goal line. They moved forward quickly each time the ball was played and repelled the Tigers out.
Well, this is where Merriwa really need a great set of six here. And in saying that, Aberdeen will want to put the pressure on them with an equally good set of defence. They need to get off their line. And there's Shawnee Millwood up straight into Johnny Whitby's face and drags him down 25 out from his own line. He's Swales goes across field, shows it a couple of ways, and he's tackled over his own 40, about 5 in from touch. Millwood all over him like a rash. Couple of them Aberdeen backline there was offside for mine. Ball goes to, I can't see that guy's
Bruce
number.
Blackadder.
Brucey Blackadder. He's over halfway. Another good tackle by Gilmore. Ball goes out back to Swales onto Barry. There's no one out that back line there. Barry had no option but to go himself. Good tackle by Pryor. No ground made. They actually lost ground there.
We're on the last.
Here's the ball, goes out to Swales. They need a chase. The guy over there was way offside, but it's going to go down. No! Dave Manane's throat, and poor old Dave dropped it cold, 12 metres out from his own line, centre field, and there you have it.
Swales there got a good piece of that. He looked to make that
too.
floating spiral that we see so much in the NRL these days.
Goodness me, it was a great
and,
torpedo. And I see Jakey Duffin's off, Brad Fenton's on, who had a great first half as well, big Braddy Fenton. But the pressure's on the Aberdeen Tigers now. Just when they hit the front, there's 12 minutes to go. It's 14 points to 12. Merriwa will need a try here. Need a try in this set of 6. Dave Manane will do everything he can to make up for that mistake. Scrum feed back onto Seth Morgan down that short blind. He runs around Manane. He unloads it to the centre, and he died, and he dropped the ball over the line. Was that Benny Neighbour? He has dropped it cold, and Jesse McLean's picked it up in his own in goal and gone across field. He's ran straight in front of the uprights, and he's tackled now 10 out from his own line. There was no advantage there. I don't know what Glenn Davis is doing. That should have just been a normal 20-metre tap. I don't know why he played that ball on. Was he looking for the advantage, Pete?
My understanding I think he was looking for the advantage. I mean, Merriwa had all stopped.
Yeah.
And Tigers
that's right.
pretty much did as well. If they played on, they could have easily ran the length of the field. But
Well, there's a lost opportunity there from the Magpies, and Benny Neighbour, as he went to dive over down that really short blind, he had the speed, but he just couldn't get his hands free, and it was a really good tackle over there by the Aberdeen boys, Hayden Bell and also Jesse McLean. Here's the Tigers. They're just shy of halfway. It goes down to Matty Jones. Matty Jones goes up over halfway. He's wrestled to the ground there, and a really good tackle by Piper. Corey Gilmer at dummy half onto Fenton. Fenton should be fresh. He's had a good break. He's tackled just over the 30, 28 metres out from the Magpies line. Watch Glenn Davis. He spilt it. Coughed it up, Brady Fenton.
Piper there ran across from Marker and took him in a good one-on-one tackle, and the ball came free.
That was a good effort by Piper because he made the tackle prior to that as well. 14 points to 12. We have just over 10 minutes to go here in this reserve grade clash. It's the last clash of the regular season games, minor semi-finals and major semi-finals next week. Should be absolutely brilliant. And I wouldn't be surprised, Peter, if these two teams didn't find themselves matching up against one another again in the near future. Ball goes to Seth Morgan from the scrum base, and he goes up over his own 30, centre field. Aberdeen boys need to be urgent here in defence. Sean Millwood leads by example, goes forward. The Merriwa boys get the ball out to Swales. Swales comes to Curtis Irving. Good one-on-one tackle by Swervo with the help also of Gordon Akuma. Dummy half, gets it out to Barry. Onto Big Hoodie, and Hoodie goes forward under a bit of a would-be shoulder charge, and Akuma finished him off. Matty Jones, that shoulder charge went a miss, and Curtis Irving and Gordon Akuma put Big Hoodie down. They're still in their own half. Ball goes out to Blackadder. Is that Blackadder? Yeah, it's Stephen Muffet. My apologies, that's Muffet. He's right on the halfway line. Ball goes out to Barry. Barry goes out to Piper, and Piper goes through one tackle. That was Corey Gilmore. He's done a stack of tackling today. They need to get Liam Wilton and Jimmy Diggins back on here, the Tigers, for the last 8 or 9 minutes. High ball under it. Dave Manane, 12 metres out from his own line. He takes it superbly. Gets under one or two. Shrugs another one. Oh, they come at him all over the shop. I see that the Merriwa Magpies, the winger's back on after his 10-minute spill in the bin.
Now, back to 13 on 13.
Here's Swervo. Curtis Irving takes it up centre field, 28 metres out from his own line. Brocky Foreman's on. Brocky Foreman's off, I should say, and I see Liam Wilton's back on the field. Sean Millwood at dummy half gives the ball on to Matty Jones, finds a gap in behind the ruck. He jumps up over halfway. Last-ditch attack by Nathan Barry. It had to be made. Millwood at dummy half again. Puts a left foot kick down into that corner. Nathan Duritz will have to jump on this very, very quickly. He won't make the same mistake twice. He comes to Liam Wilton. Gets around Wilton. Gets around Seth Mitchell, but he comes again, young Mitchell, and he tackles him 10 out, 10 in from touch from the Magpies line. Good effort from young Seth. Ball goes forward. I can't see the number of that young Merriwa lad. He's tackled about 18 metres out. Sorry, 25 metres out. I mistook that 20-metre line for the 30. What's that? There's a penalty there. What was going on there? Glenn Davis. Someone has said something to Glenn Davis. A penalty against the run of play.
Yeah, Jacob there, who'd run up the ball the play before, having a few words to say and paying the price for it now.
Number 12, Tim Stanley, took that ball up. He doesn't look well at all, Peter. Anyway, kick quick, I should say. Tap restart onto Millwood, onto Coach Diggins, and Diggins goes forward, centre field. Timmy Cameron is coming off the field, and Gordon Akuma's going to go back on. That's an unforced sub. For sure. Here they go. The Tigers. Brad Fenton gets an unders line from Corey Gilmer. He goes close to the line. He's only a couple of metres out and he's dragged down by two Merriwa players. Quick play the ball. Out the back to Sean Millwood. He tries to swivel in the tackle. He's trying to get it down. He's held up. He's called held. He did get the ball down, but he did call it held up in goal, Glenn Davis. A little bit of an extra effort there by Shawnee Millwood, who's now turned around. He's told his Tiger players, we need to just to settle down. He's going to play the ball 10 metres out, 20 in from touch. Ball goes out long to Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell shows an unders line. He gives it to Jimmy Diggins. Jimmy Diggins goes forward. Three guys needed to take the big fella down. He'll find himself about 8 shy of the Magpies line. Gilmore at dummy half. He's got options left and right. He goes right to Mitchell. Mitchell goes under. No, he shows it and goes himself. Good tackle there. Really good tackle there from Piper. Play the ball. Gets it on to Gilmore. But it's not a knock on, but it's gone backwards. Diggins takes the ball, kicks it forward, and Seth Morgan collects the ball just under his own goalpost and goes under a couple of high shots, and he's tackled there by Gilmore. 10 out from his own line. Here's the ball. I can't see who that number is, Peter.
That's the number 14.
Jacob Med with the red headgear. He gets the ball onto this young bloke. He steps through one, goes for another. He's going to look for some tied forwards, and they are. And that's that Blakey Ellis. Good defender, that young lad. He's going to play the ball about 25 metres out from his own line, centre field. Merriwa will need to get out of this zone here.
I've just noticed down on the bench here for the Tigers that the number 18, Timmy Cameron. He's in a world of hurt. Looks like a wrist injury of some sort.
Yeah, it's something to do with his wrist or forearm for sure, Peter.
They were trying to tape him up, but I doubt he'll be back.
He's the young boy of Jacob Med, and he's tackled just shy of halfway. It's the last. Ball goes out the left-hand side to Barry. Barry, long pass out to Piper. Piper's got room to move. He shrugs off one. He gets inside the Aberdeen 30. Still swivelling in the tackle. Hayden Bell drags him down 22 metres out from the Aberdeen line. It's a handover. Last tackle. Good play. They chanced their arm out wide then, Pete.
Oh, look, it was a good play. They were all hanging back for the kick, the Tigers, and plenty of metres were made.
Big Brady Fenton's off the field as well. He comes off, and Matty Jones is back on. Not a big spell there for Matty Jones. Some of the Tigers forwards are dropping like flies. Curtis Irving takes that ball up. Here's that guy who just ran on, Matty Jones. He takes the ball from dummy half up over his own 40. Brock Foreman runs back onto the field. Curtis Irving at dummy half gets it onto Akuma. Akuma charges towards the halfway line. He'll probably end up getting tackled right on the halfway line. 3 Merriwa players on him. He still didn't go to ground. Jones at dummy half, ordinary play the ball, gets it onto Wilton. Wilton charges forward, goes under a couple of high shots. There's 3 players there. He doesn't look to unload it. Smart play. 40 out from the Magpies line.
Each time he's had the ball, 3 to 4 defenders to bring him down.
He looks good, doesn't he? Here's Liam Wilton again. Short pass out to Millwood. Millwood gets it onto Brock Foreman, and Foreman tackled 30 metres out, 10 in from touch from the Magpies line. It's the last. Ball's going to go about the back to Millwood. He steps on his right, goes this short side, gets under one. Little chip over the top. Jacob Med there at the fullback position. Beats one. Beats Millwood. He gets up over his own 20. Beats another one. And he's belted in a really good tackle there. Number 13 was Jimmy Diggins and also Lee Mitchell. Ball goes to a short blind. Seth Morgan's out there and he's hit not really hit. He fell down before Taylor Pry had an opportunity to belt him. Ball goes there onto Merriwa boy. Can't see that number, Peter.
Mate, I'm not sure who that was.
He's up over. Yeah, he's up over his own 30. He's Swales. Swales gets the ball onto Stanley, and Stanley goes forward. That's not Stanley. That's Benny Waugh. Big fella, Benny Waugh, the front rower. Ball goes out the back there onto, who's that? Number 10. That's big Daryl Mulholland. Right on the halfway line. Here's Nathan Barry trying to get this Merriwa side going forward. They're trying looking for the bounce. It doesn't happen. Chipped over the top, and it didn't bounce right for the winger, Jacob Med, and goes into touch. So good field position here for the Tigers.
Yeah, it is. And young Pittman out there on the wing, the ball just bouncing up above him. He's only a short fella. Won't take much to get a bounce over him. But yet again, another nice enterprising finish to a set of 6 for Merriwa.
2.5 minutes to go here. It's 14 points to 12. Should we call this a little bit of an upset, Pete, if the Tigers end up taking this out?
Oh, look, I would think so. I mean, Merriwa have come here and made plenty of mistakes today and been their own worst enemy. But, yeah, the likes of Millwood and co have put on a fantastic display.
They have.
Saying that.
It's been a very impressive performance by the Tigers. Out to the back of the scrum, here's Millwood. Millwood goes across field. He's going to pick up his mate, Dave Manane. He goes himself, Shawnee Millwood. Good tackle from the winger. Didn't ground him. He gets up and plays the ball. No, Glenn Davis is called held. Manane at dummy half. They're going to see the next 2 minutes down. Here's Akuma. He's up over halfway. A couple of Merriwa boys are trying the one-on-one strip here, Pete. That's why they're dropping off in the tackles. Matty Jones at dummy half.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, he's on Wilton. Wilton goes forward. He's inside the Magpie 40. Jones at dummy half. Slow play the ball. They need to soak up every second here. Here's Lee Mitchell. He goes himself. 31 metres out, hit by Whitby and also McLaughlin. Short ball here onto Foreman. Forward charges forward. They'll get one more shot at it unless the Tigers can get a repeat set of 6 here with an in-goal or a fumble. Here's Lee Mitchell. Goes in behind the ruck. It's a little grubber kick through. Merriwa don't look urgent to me. They're going to get hit in their own in-goal. No, good pick up. He gets out of his own field to play. A metre out directly under the post. Was that young Pittman? Great effort from Pittman from the opposing wing, and he's dropped it in to play the ball.
Oh, dear.
Well, that's it for the Tigers. They've got under 60 seconds to go. They'll have a scrum feed directly in front, 10 out, and I can't see them losing from here, Peter.
Mate, they shouldn't. Nathan Barry there trying to scoot quickly from dummy half, but left the chocolates behind.
Well, the Tigers will be very, very pleased with this result. I don't know if they'll even pack this scrum. They're going to wind it down. They're going to take up as much time as possible. They'll get maybe one scrum feed. It'll go to all they need. They just don't need a mistake. A drop ball here will be absolutely devastating. Millwood himself gives it on to Dave Manane. Two goes under one. He gets it back to Shawnee Millwood. They don't need a loose carry here with 20 seconds to go. 10 metres out from the Magpies line. Jones at dummy half. Sean Millwood will make at least 10 seconds getting up to play this ball.
That he has.
Ball goes to Akuma. Akuma will just take it forward. Here we are in the last 12 seconds. 10 seconds. Goes to the line. Jones with the ball, goes himself, dummies, goes himself, gives the ball on to Liam Wilton. He should be rewarded with a try, Big Wildo. And he doesn't. The siren's going to go. That's full time in reserve grade. 14 points to 12. What a great effort by the Tigers.
Yeah, well done to them, taking care of Merriwa, who've been flying high all season. That'll give Scone the minor premiership. They've won 30-16.
Really?
Yeah,
and more importantly, if you're a Rams supporter, Muswellbrook have now cemented their spot into the top 4 in reserve grade. So well done to all those sides. And there's your top 4: Scone, Merriwa, Aberdeen, and Muswellbrook. The top 4 in the Hunter Valley Group 21 reserve grade competition. Semi-finals next week. What a great preview for the semi-finals reserve grade, Pete. That was.
It's going to be an awesome series. Muswellbrook doing well to climb into the 4 after a big win yesterday. At Scone and Merriwa, been the top 2 teams throughout all of the season. But showing here today, Aberdeen, that you can take any
Well,
of
they've
the
put their
teams
hands
down.
up today, mate. They've put their hands up and said, well, don't forget us.
Exactly right, and congratulations, Sean Millward. They're celebrating with a victory in his 150th game for the Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll wrap it up there. Well done, Pete. And we'll be back for the A grade very, very shortly.